viewers, welcome back to Code and Communicate with Gluten. In our last video, we have learned how to use IDE, and we have also seen the operators, different kind of operators that you can use in your program. Okay, so today we will be starting with the basic programming, like how like we have done what is variable, data types, operators, correct? Now how to integrate all these things to write a program, correct? So basically, first of all, what do you mean by program and how do we start it? Okay, so programming, when we say programming, so it is a technique through which we can communicate with machine. Mainly, it is to organize your instruction to give a some basically the output that you want. Okay, so according to your output, you have to give the instruction in a particular uh, manner, right? And how system will understand it, so this can be done through programming. So it's a technique through which we can communicate with the system, so that system will get understand what process they have to follow to give a particular output, right? Okay, so in our last video I have shown you the uses of IDE, and I have also shown you how to download PyCharm, uh, and I have also showed you how it looks. So it looks like this, right? This is your file explorer. This is the place where you will write the program. Okay, and if you have to run any program, basically you have to open it, right? And you can use this button to run it. You can right click here and run it, or you can use the shortcut key Control Shift F10. Otherwise, you can see the name of your program from your file explorer, right click there and write it, correct? And to start the project, in one project we can have multiple files, right? So to start a project, you can click here, new project. Okay, here you can give the name of your project in place of this Python project, for whatever name you want, right? And after that you can just click on create, and this is the location where project is stored. Okay, now when you will create your project, the name will be here, right? Now in this project name you have to right click, and then you have to click on Python file, give the name of your file, and your file will be created. Okay, like here. So first of all, we know that if you want to print anything, we will just write print command. So you will write print bracket open under double quotes. You will write, and when you will run, this is the console where you will get the output. Correct? Now, after that, let's say if you have to add two numbers. Okay, so simply you have to follow the rule that we follow in maths. So if you have to add two numbers, first of all we have to think how many variable you will need. So for each number you will need one variable. So if you have to add two numbers, you need three variables basically. Two variable will store the number and third variable will store the answer. So if we write, let's say a equals to 100, this is how you allocate the value to the variable. Let's say b equals to 200. Now in third variable you have to store the answer. That means here you have to write the formula of the output. So c equals to, the formula will be a plus b, right? Now when you will run it, you can see your program has executed successfully. No error is there, but still you can't see anything. Why? Because this is all the process. Whatever you want to see on the screen, you have to print it, right? So you have to use the print statement. So print if you want to see the value of c, so I just want to write sum is, then after double quotes comma and c, because c stores the answer. Then sum is 300. If I don't want to print sum is, I don't directly want to print the value, so print c, I will get the output. Okay, so this is a simple thing, like this is when you want to add two fixed values, constant values, right? Well, how about if you want to add any two random values? That means uh, whatever value user will give you, you have to add that number. So the process will be the same. The only difference will be the value of the variable, how you take the value. So here you are giving the constant value, now you have to take the value. So to take input from the user, what you have to do, you have to write the input statement. So input, enter first number. Okay, and similarly here we will write input, enter second number. Okay, now, okay, so okay, because here I have written two times input, that's why it is showing error. Yeah, okay. So when I will run it, it will ask me to enter first number. Let's say I entered 300, second number I entered 20. So in the output I am getting 320 instead of 320. Why? What is the reason? So if you remember at the starting, I told you that by default, Python takes value as a string value, string data type, right? And in string, plus sign is used to concatenate the two values. That means to join the two values. So instead of adding, it is joining the two values, right? So what you have to do, you have to tell the system that the value you are taking is the integer value, numbers, right? So how you will tell it, you have to put it int here, like this. So you are calling basically int function. Int is an inbuilt function. Inside that you are calling input function, that is again an integer value. In sorry That is your inbuilt function. So int, so if you are opening a bracket for int, then you have to close it also. Now when you will run it, it will ask you, let's say 530. So now we will get 530, right? Now similarly, if you want to take any decimal value, then you have to write it here like float, like this. And when you will run it, if you will adding 30.2 plus 44.2, let's say, so you are getting 74.4, right? Now similarly, let's say if you are taking in the float value, but you are giving integer value, let's say 2 and 30, so still you are getting 30.2. So what it is doing, it is taking number as floating value value. If you are not giving decimal value, it will take zero point 0 by default. Okay, so this is how uh, it works, like differentiation between the string and the integer value, and what things you have to remember, right? Now similarly, let's say there is a simple program, that is if you have to convert kilometer to miles, right? So how many variables we have to take it? uh, First of all, we have to take one variable for the kilometers. Second variable will store the answer, that means in which we write the formula. So let's say I have taken one variable kilometer in which I am taking value from the user. That's why input function, and kilometer can be decimal value. So that's why float, right? Now the formula is kilometer into 0.621 that will convert it into miles. So 0.621 you can take it as in constant value also if you want. Otherwise in the formula you can directly write 0.621. So it depends on you, right? So what I have done, I have taken con underscore fact as an constant variable and given the value 0.621. Now in the variable miles, I have written kilometer multiplied by con underscore fact. That is whatever value user will give you multiplied by 0.621. Okay. And after that I have used a print statement. Now you can see here that in this print statement, I have used little different format. So percent 0.3f kilometer is equal to percent 0.3f mile, percent kilometer comma mile. So basically it is one variation of the print statement. It like depends on you whatever you want. If you want you can directly use statement under double quote comma variable name. Otherwise we can use this format also. So here %f is the format specifier. Every data type has a format specifier. So float data type has %f, string %s, decimal integer value %d, right? So here I have used %f for float data type, and 0.3 I have used because specifically I want that after decimal it should show 3 digits. Otherwise by default it shows 1 digit, but I want to show 3, so I have used 0.3. Okay, so again it's not compulsory, it depends upon your requirement. Now second thing, wherever I have used this %f, in place of that it will show the value of the variable, and the value of the variable will be in the sequence that you have written the name. Like here I have written kilometer, so in the first %f it will show the value of kilometers. In the second %f it will show the value of miles. Okay, so let's say when I will run it, if I enter the kilometer as 8, it will convert it and it will show the value 8.000 because 0.3 kilometer is equal to 4.971 miles. So here you can see 0.3f, that's why 3 digits after decimal, and kilometer value is placed in place of first %f and the value of mile is placed in place of second %f. Okay. Okay. Now, let's say if you have to swap the two values. Okay, swapping means interchanging the value of two variable. So how you can do it? So first of all, just think it manually. How you will do it manually? Let's take a simple example. If you have two cup, in one cup you have tea, in one cup you have coffee. Now I say to interchange. In the cup of tea you want coffee, in the cup of coffee you want tea. How you will do it? So the basic thing that you can do is you can take a third empty cup, pour the tea in that cup. Now tea cup is empty. Now you will pour coffee in that tea cup. Now coffee cup is empty. Now you will pour tea that is you have poured in your third cup. Right? Same process you have to apply here. Just the thing is, in place of variable, in place of cup you have variable. In place of tea and coffee you have the values. Okay. How you will interchange it? That means how you will swap it. So we will see here. Let's say x and y is the two variable, that is your two cups. In x we are taking value from the user using input function. In y also we are taking value from user using input function. Now I have to interchange it, swap it. So I have taken third variable, that is my third empty cup temp, and temp equals to x. So the value of x will be shifted to temp. So if again you remember, in the variable I told you the value is in the right side and the variable is on the left side. So x, value of x will be allotted to temp. Okay. Now x is empty, x equals to y, value of y will be allotted to x. Now y is empty, y equals to temp. Whatever value temp has, that is the value of x, will be shifted to y. Now after that I have used the print statement. Here again I have used another variation of print, the value of x after swapping. So double curly braces dot format x. So here dot format is an inbuilt function which is used to display the value of the variable that we have written in this brackets, that is as an argument, in place of this curly braces. Okay, so when you will run it, You can see I have entered the value of x as 45, y as 36. After interchanging, it is showing the value of x as 36 and the y as 45, right? So in this way, we can swap the values. Now, similarly, if you want to find out the simple interest, so again, I know the formula for the simple interest is P into R into T divided by 100. So I have taken here constant value. If you want, you can take value from the user using input function. So PRT 301 and 4. In the variable simple underscore interest, I have written the formula P into R into T divided by 100. And now here I have used simple print statement that the simple interest is simple underscore interest, right? Okay. Again, if you want to find the area of the circle, so I know the formula is pi r square and the value of pi is fixed 3.14. So I have taken the constant variable pi. If you want, you can write the value of that pi in the formula. Okay, in the R, I am taking the value from the user and it can be a decimal value, so that's why float. Now in the variable area, I am writing pi into R into R. And now print percent 0.2f percent area. So 0.2f because I want two digits after decimal, and percent f is the format specifier. Okay, so it will display the value of area here. So if I enter the radius 20, it will show 1256.00, right? Similarly, if you want to find the square root, so I have taken constant value num equals to 8. So I want to find the square root of number 8. You can use input function also to take the value from the user. Now in the num underscore sqrt, I have written the formula num asterisk asterisk 0.5. So in the arithmetic operator, I told you that for the uh, s- if you have to write the exponent or the power, you have to write double asterisk sign. Okay, and then in the print statement, I have used square root of percent 0.3f is percent 0.3f percent num comma num minus square rt. So num value of num will be displayed in first percent 0.3f and the value of num underscore sqrt is shown in second percent 0.3f. Okay, so in this way, you can write a very simple programs uh, that is on formula based basically. Okay, so I think today we will keep it till here. Okay, and in the next class, we have seen the overview of data types. Now, in the next class, we will see the detailing of the data types, all the hierarchy that we have seen. We will see the different inbuilt functions for each individual data type. Okay, hope this video helps you to start with your programming. Okay, if you find this video helpful for you, kindly like, subscribe and share this video. Till then, have practice and stay updated. Thank you very much.